Night vision now, it's green.
Yep.
You know.
Yay!
But in the Vietnam War, the night vision goggles that they were issued were red light.
Okay.
And like multiple people in the US military that were using them were seeing what they were reporting as flying demons.
Ew, stop.
And so there's an instance where they're flying these helicopters in Vietnam. It was a safe zone, no hostility. And then the gunner in the back just started shooting, and the pilot's like, "What are you shooting at?" And all the other helicopters are like, "What?" And they start shooting.
They all saw the same thing?
This guy, he was like panicked, and he's like sweating, and like it looked like he was like seeing a demon.
Yeah.
And they're like, "What are you shooting at?" He's like, "The demon."
Settling footage comes from a woman in North Carolina. She owns a rural property out there and has multiple security cameras mounted around her house. She has one on the front of her home, one on the side of her home, and one on the back of her home. Well, this late October night, 2 of her cameras would record something that will send chills down your spine. A pale, emaciated creature is seen crawling around in her backyard. Her side camera also catches it. It runs quickly and jumps off a wall-like structure.
I so did not want to be one of the ones that said, oh, things are seemingly weird, but they are. So, I have an experience. I'm going to tell you about it in a minute. It happened inside of a Sam's Club. But the other day, I went out to do something with the pool. And so I was scooping stuff out of the pool, and I'm like, there was a dead bird just floating in the pool. We've been here 5 years. Never have I ever scooped anything out other than a frog. A bird was floating in the pool. Whatever timeline we are on right now is weird. People are seeing weird things happen in the sky, around them, in their yards. Just crazy, unusual things that have not happened before. Well, let me share something that happened with me. I was in Sam's Club the other day with my husband, and he was in one area looking for something, and I went to a different area, trying to tackle everything at the same time. And I got this weird feeling. So I was walking back to our cart because he left our cart alone, and I was walking back towards it, and there was this woman walking this way towards me. This woman, I'm 5'3". I'll give myself 5'4", but I'm 5'3". This woman had to be every bit of 7 feet almost. At least that's what it felt like to me. She could have been 6 something, but she was big. Not like big, fat, but just big, like unusual. And it was a unusual. I don't usually pay people any attention, first of all, when I'm in the store. But for some reason, when I looked at her, she immediately looked away. She continued to walk, but something in me just had me turn around and look back at her. And the way she was walking was just like, it was just not normal. It wasn't just a, regular walk. It was a slow motion walk. She wasn't looking for anything. She was just walking down the aisle. And that just is sticking with me. I cannot let that go. I don't know what that is. That's never happened before, that I have paid attention to. But I paid attention to that because something just wasn't right. It didn't feel right. And I told my husband, I said, I'm really ready to get out of here right now.
You ever encountered someone that you thought was a hybrid?
Yes, there are people I've met that, to me, felt like they're not 100% human. And some I've met at CIA, some I've met just in ordinary everyday life. You just get this feeling that you come in contact with them and you know that they're special. Especially with me personally, if I walk into a room, I can tell who the light workers are.
Yeah, y'all, weird stuff is happening. Like, pray for spiritual awakening. Pray that God opens your eyes and your ears, and emotionally that you are able to feel the presence of something that's just not right, because I feel like it's a lot of just not right walking around us today. People are seeing weird things. people are experiencing weird weather. Let me know if you're seeing some things where you are and what they are.
Mask. Fox News has just aired a man on live television who appears to be wearing a human-like mask. And what makes it even stranger is that no one may actually know who he really is. In the footage, the man is introduced as a former senior U.S. commander, speaking as a national security analyst. At first, everything seems completely normal. But as the camera gets closer, more and more viewers start noticing a strange detail around his neck. The skin texture there looks extremely unnatural, almost as if there is a layer of something attached between his face and neck. What makes it even more unsettling is that when he talks and turns his head, the area around his neck seems to show a slight separation, almost like a hyper-realistic mask slowly coming loose. That is why, after the video surfaced, conspiracy theories exploded almost instantly. Some people believe this was not just a normal shadow or a lighting issue, but a highly realistic human-like mask. Because today's hyper-realistic silicone masks can look almost completely real.
So I got to searching. And what I found, I don't know. I'm just saying, could be. But check this out. Are they replacing people? Because I've found a few videos that show that the technology is there for them to do it.
Actually be able to tell. Okay, so you could tell, oh, of course it's a robot. I see him putting it on. But imagine how this looks on television with the right editing, with the right lighting. So they're putting a realistic silicone face mask on a humanoid robot, right? These are things they do for like movie props or actors or simulations that they're creating. But look at this though, right? Now these videos been around for a long time, but the silicone masks and everything. If you went down the rabbit hole in 2020, you've been learned about these masks, right? It was a whole guy named Conscious X saying everybody and their mama was wearing a mask. Everybody and their mama was playing a character. That whole wave kind of slowed down, but at the same time, it exists, bro. Like, you got to think about this. Epstein, the man Jeffrey Epstein had a bunch of masks hanging from his wall in one of them surgical rooms, in one of them weird looking rooms. But this is something that has to be happening on an elite level, on a grand scale, because for the average person, what you buying a silicone mask for? What to try?
Now, the next person, they were flying on a plane and they saw weird activity in the sky.
To look at this view from a passing airplane. The lightning strikes look like strobe lights. The passenger who took the video last night called it, quote, nuts, saying he's never seen anything quite like it.
So yeah, that's the moon trying to peek out right there. There we go. Weird moon today. Weird clouds today. Let's see if I can get, oh, yep, there they are. We got the ocean upside down in the sky. Full moon, not even dark out. Horrible traffic and angry drivers.
I am Leanne Mattingly, and I am from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Just a strain. It was constantly changing shapes, so it's not a plane, it's not a drone, and that's not what it looks. I don't know what this is. If anybody knows or could help me, I would be grateful.
Everybody sees me walking. I'm walking. Look. This plane isn't moving. It's not moving. But it sounds like it's moving.
Everybody knows something's up. Everybody knows. That is not normal. Everyone is looking up, wondering why the sky is split. Look. The sky is broken.
Guys, let me know if you're seeing or noticing any unusual things. I do live in the Appalachian Mountains, so yeah, I expect to see some weird things. And I think the closer you build your relationship to God. He will unveil some things to you that maybe you didn't notice before, because before last year I was not noticing any of the stuff that I'm noticing right now. So hit the like, share the video, and leave your comments down below. I'm interested to know, are you experiencing any weird time shifts or changes, or just feeling off?
See it for yourself. So this guy made a video about putting his phone on airplane mode in December of 2014 or something like that. And then he finally took it off airplane mode this year or a couple years ago. And he compared it to the current time period that we're in now. And this is what happened. So apparently the phone that was on airplane mode since I think 2014, that phone was back in 2021 or 2023. I'm sorry. That phone. So we're in 2024. The phone was dated back to 2023, meaning time has actually sped up. That's what I've been saying. I've made several videos about how it does not feel right. It feels like the time has sped up. The time clock has been moving. It seems like how Jesus said it is the last hour. It seems like we are in the seconds, and it's looking like somebody's fast forwarding time from the outside of us so we can't really see it. If you fast forward a movie, the people playing the movie can't feel the fact that they're being fast forwarded, but they are. In the same way, the creator can fast forward time where we can't feel it moving faster. But this whole thing, whether you want to think it's real or fake, this whole thing is kind of crazy, because that means that we have lost over a year of time because of how fast it's, and think about that. A year is a long time. A year is a long time. So this is crazy. If you haven't seen this video, go check it out. It's Gabriel Diaz III.
Here's to the good days. Here's to the sorrows. If this is a mistake, I know about tomorrow.